We're about to go on a journey that spans billions of years, and it all starts with one single, kind of unassuming molecule. We're going to trace how a simple problem inside a cell accidentally created some of the most complex and, yeah, mind-altering substances on the entire planet. I know, it sounds like the beginning of a really weird riddle, doesn't it? But there's an answer that connects all of them, and it tells this brilliant story of evolutionary recycling. The link? It's a whole family of molecules that all come from one place, tryptophan. So to really get where this story kicks off, we have to rewind way back to one of the most basic processes for life on Earth, a process that has a hidden and pretty dangerous dark side. Photosynthesis is just incredible, right? It takes sunlight and turns it into energy. But here's the paradox. The very thing that powers almost all life also spits out these toxic byproducts, and that puts the cells that rely on it in some serious danger. And here they are, kind of the villain of our story, reactive oxygen species, or ROS for short. You can think of them as these tiny, destructive little bullets pinging around inside a cell. If you don't control them, they just wreak havoc, tearing up essential proteins and membranes. So early life had to figure out how to deal with this constant threat from within. So life has this fundamental problem. It needed a solution, and, wouldn't you know it, it found one in the derivatives of a simple little amino acid, tryptophan. And this, right here, was its very first job, maybe its most important one ever. Billions of years ago, way before complex life was even a thing, these molecules, based on tryptophan, basically acted like shields. Their one and only purpose was to neutralize those dangerous ROS molecules. They were just simple cellular bodyguards. But here's the thing about evolution. It is incredibly efficient. It's the ultimate recycler. It doesn't like to just throw away a good tool. So over millions and millions of years, this ancient defense system got repurposed for completely new and way more complex jobs. And this quote just nails the timeline perfectly. That bodyguard role, the antioxidant, that came first. It was the foundation. All the other more famous jobs that we're about to get into, they were all built right on top of this ancient protective chemistry. So let's check out our first example, auxin. In plants, it still does its original job as a protective antioxidant, but evolution gave it a side hustle. It's also a master growth hormone. It's literally the thing telling the plant how and where to grow. Now, let's see how this creates an actual behavior. The way a plant bends towards light is totally directed by auxin. See, sunlight makes the auxin molecules run over to the shady side of the stem. This buildup of auxin makes the cells on that shady side grow longer, and that literally pushes the plant's tip toward the light. So an ancient antioxidant is now steering the plant. Pretty cool, right? Okay, next step is a molecule you've probably heard of, melatonin. You find it in basically everything, from algae to us. And just like before, it's a powerful antioxidant. But it also moonlights as a master timekeeper, a biological signal that organizes all sorts of complicated, time-sensitive functions. And, I mean, just look at its resume. In animals, melatonin helps manage everything from when it's time to reproduce, to when to grow a thicker winter coat, and even when to change color for camouflage. Once again, this is an ancient bodyguard molecule that got promoted to a super high-level manager. So we've gone from a cellular shield to a plant steering system to an animal's internal clock. But this is where the story takes its most surprising, its most mind-bending turn, when these molecules meet the complex chemistry of the human brain. Just look at this family tree. On one branch, you have serotonin, an absolutely crucial neurotransmitter that regulates our mood. Then, on these other branches, well, you find some of the most powerful hallucinogens known to science, like psilocybin from mushrooms and DMT from plants. They're all direct chemical descendants of tryptophan. So here is the crucial connection. How do they all work? Well, they all tap into the exact same ancient system. These powerful compounds from plants, from fungi, and even from our own bodies, they all interact with the serotonin receptors in our brain. A system that evolved for one purpose is now being activated by this entire diverse family of molecules. And get this psychoactive arsenal is everywhere in the natural world. From toad venom to tree bark, nature has been cranking out these tryptophan derivatives for eons. It's just a wild reminder that the very chemistry that can change our consciousness has deep, deep roots in the basic survival tools of other living things. So let's just pull this all together. It's an absolutely incredible story of biological invention. Or maybe a better word is reinvention. This is the journey. What started out as a simple, elegant fix to a dangerous chemical problem, a molecular shield, became the raw material for evolution to build hormones that steer plants, signals that manage entire animal bodies, and even chemicals that can profoundly alter human thought itself. And that just leaves us with this one last fascinating question. If the journey of a single molecule can be this complex and this surprising, what other secrets about who we are, how our brains work, and how we function are just hiding in plain sight inside the ancient chemical toolkits that all life on this planet shares?